I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, the old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all, my empire of dirt. I will let you down. I will make you.
You're listening to Mildly Offensive with your host, Corey Wagner and Dylan France.
Good Monday evening. It's show 10 and
10 already?
yeah, this is Mildly Offensive show 10 and
100.
what did we get? Are we at like 5 listeners?
Yeah. So we have more episodes than we do listeners.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, hey,
yeah.
Look, you're getting somewhere, right?
We got Evan here.
We got Evan here. We got resident Rams fan this time. So
yeah.
Woo.
We got a treat coming on you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna stay here to come on you. That's for sure.
And if we sell one of our sacks, we'll get $35,000. So
yeah. Well, you told me last week that you were the seed man for your sacks.
Yeah,
so.
And I'm thinking about
I don't
selling
know what that
one.
means, but
I'm considering selling one because $35,000 is a lot of money to me right
you
now.
could do a lot with $35,000, like buy another seed.
Buy a new woman. Buy a new woman, you know?
Ooh,
Obviously, I'm joking. Chelsea, you don't listen to this anyway. Whatever.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. We're gonna go. We got a great show, right? We're gonna go.
Some good stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna go over what happened in the AFC playoff game.
Yeah.
AFC championship game and the NFC championship game. So,
yeah, this is a big weekend.
Oh yeah, we were excited.
The Rams are going on to the Super Bowl.
The Rams, baby.
The Bengals are going on to the Super Bowl.
Smoking Joe Burrow is really
Smoking
happy.
Joe,
Smoking Joe Camel.
Yeah,
He's better than the Camel.
Hey, what a story, man.
What a story.
Good stuff.
He's just a winner.
He's
All he does is win, honestly.
All he does is win. So we'll be back in a minute. We'll touch those topics and we'll surprise you a little. I think Evan's going to be a wild card tonight.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Man, my stomach really hurts.
Really? Your stomach hurts that bad? Well, why don't you try Kaopectate? It's supposed to relieve heartburn and diarrhea in what will feel like no time at all.
Yeah, I've heard about that Kaopectate. They've been in business for over 20 years, and unlike Pepto-Bismol, the taste is much more bearable. So where can I pick up this amazing Kaopectate?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because that's the best part of this product. Anyone can find it at their local drugstore or supermarket.
Great, gotta go get me some Kaopectate.
Good afternoon. Monday afternoon.
It's night.
Good evening. Whatever you want to call it. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thanks for listening. This is Mildly Offensive.
What if it was morning?
And now it's over. That's the end of the episode.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back.
And we're black.
And I think some of our listeners, if we have any left, might suck cack. Anyway, so let's get
That's how we get more than 5. We accuse the 5 that we have of sucking cock.
That is
cack. That's Boston.
That's how you get
okay.
there.
It's a Boston cock.
That's how you get there. You get the Boston people in to come complain.
Yeah,
So,
listen, whatever. They're Boston people.
Exactly.
They're
They're
strong.
complaining anyway.
They're
just-
strong.
Yeah. They're fine.
We got a lot of stars over in our
Look at the
organization.
stars.
Look at those stars. Fucking Dave Gettleman, what a great gentleman.
Look at the stars.
We got a lot of stars.
We got out of the stars.
Yeah, he-
Right, butt?
Definitely retired, Mr. Gettleman. Definitely retired.
Yeah, he was retired
Totally.
via the way of fired.
Yeah. No, they said retired.
I know what they said.
Yeah,
I
but
know what they said.
They
There
had
ain't
to-
no way he was retired.
So let's get into those Bills. I'm not.
Bengals,
Let's get into.
Chiefs.
Let's go to.
Are we
Bengals,
re-recording last
Yeah.
week's episode?
Let's get into Bengals Chiefs. Sorry, Bills. Forgot that you were gone. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So so Bengals Chiefs. So
Hey, you know what? What did we say last week? We said gun to our head and we made a pick. I said Bengals. And
gun to your head.
I'm
I
very
think.
happy about that.
Gun to my head. I said Chiefs, right?
Yeah, you did.
But again,
But the Chiefs were my pick.
the
To go to the
Chiefs
Super
were
Bowl
up
and-
21-3.
What happened to our
18
Super Bowl
point
picks,
lead.
man? Our Super Bowl picks went out the fucking window,
yeah.
man.
What were you guys picking?
Our brackets
So-
are gone.
We both
Busted
him
bracket.
and I both picked the Cowboys to go.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we-
Am
he
I,
had
I feel like I might be. Am I the only person who just felt like they were the fakest good team all season? Them in the Green Bay. They had wins, but the thing is, their wins. They're winning games when their turnover ratio. They're +3 in the ratio, and they're winning by a score. That's not a good win by any
they
margin.
lost some,
You
they
shouldn't.
lost some bad games too. But
They
he
have,
had
exactly,
anyway.
both teams.
He had Bills Cowboys and I had Chiefs Cowboys.
I could see Bills. Bills was
Well,
a
we
good,
both-
that-
the Bills
Chiefs
were-
Bills and Chiefs were good picks.
Bills were a good pick. Yeah.
Let's be real. Start of the season, nobody thought the Bengals would be in a situation
Of course
to
not.
even be in the championship game,
No.
let alone go to the Super Bowl.
And mind you, the Jets did beat the Bills this year.
They did. You
Well,
guys, you
yeah.
guys basically are in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
if you think about it.
we did our job.
You need to go and you need to bench Stafford and go and sign Mike White right now.
I-
Mike White is the
I
guy
don't
that
know,
Mike
I
White-
don't want to do that. I think I want to have
Mike
my
White
chance
is
in
the guy
game.
that has the kryptonite that can
Yeah,
beat
he
Joe Burrow.
lit those motherfuckers up.
Yeah.
I love the 3-week period where all the Jets fans decided to. It's like,
Yeah,
you know
we-
what?
we-
We may have tanked for multiple seasons to get where we are right now, but we're gonna trade everything we've done for this guy who just randomly had
Mike
one good
fucking
game.
White, baby.
Listen,
never
Mike,
forget.
that was a good craze. It was just as good as Insanity, I think.
Yeah, it only lasted a week, but it was fun.
It was a fun week and a half.
We-
We were like, yeah, fuck this kid.
We could
Fuck
dream.
Wilson.
We could dream.
So-
all right. Yeah.
So what do you think? You know, like what was your opinion on the game? I didn't think that I didn't think the Chiefs would allow Cincinnati to stay in the game.
I was incredible.
When it was 21-3, I thought they were going to go all
Yeah, late
gas,
in the
no
second
brakes, if
quarter.
you will.
I was incredibly worried that.
This could be a blowout.
Yeah, I thought in the second quarter when they couldn't stop them.
So, something that I actually want to point at this. I think one of the worst decisions I'd seen in that game, and I think actually came to bite the back of it a lot, was why the hell, with 5 seconds left on the clock, did
Would
the
you
Chiefs go for the touchdown when they could just kick the field goal there?
Because Mahomes convinced Reed that he could do it. That he could
And you
get
know what happened?
And-
Look what happened.
And the
He
thing,
got stopped shy.
but Reed was pissed off because he didn't throw it in the end zone. So he should have thrown it in the end zone because the only shot you have at getting a touchdown at that point
It's true.
is throwing it in the fucking end
Unless
zone.
you break a tackle, but that's like you're
Yeah.
asking. That's way harder than what you do.
I mean, literally, you have 3.5, 4 yards where it's so condensed in the red zone that
I'm just gonna be honest. I just didn't like the call. I thought no
Yeah,
matter what,
it was
you just
poor.
No
there's 5
celebratory
seconds
cheeseburger
left.
for you
There's
fat
no
piece
way
of
you
shit.
can go for.
Yeah.
There's no
no
way
more
you can-
double
Yeah.
burger with cheese.
I
There.
hope you went home to
In
a
the second
nice
half,
home cooked
what a
meal
flip
and
of the
everything was
script.
plant based. You fat piece of shit.
plant based.
Yeah, he's eating fucking Beyond.
Yeah, we're gonna give you a
Whoppers
Beyond Whopper.
now.
Yeah,
I didn't mean that. Andy Reid's not. I like Andy.
Listen,
Reid.
he looks
I
like a
don't call him
fucking-
fat piece of
Looks like
shit.
a walrus.
He's a fucking walrus-looking motherfucker. He's a fat motherfucker.
He's just hanging out.
He's a great offensive
coach.
mind, but
Great
coach.
offensive.
yeah, great offensive
I
mind.
do. You know who I really
Defensive-
But
like?
Eric
Really not
Bieniemy,
too
I wouldn't say Eric Bieniemy's the man though. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like they've. I feel like they just got too much onto themselves. It kind of reminds me of the Eagles. How Doug Peterson wrote a book, How I Coach, literally immediately after he beats the Patriots. It's like, dude, get a smaller fucking head. Why don't Jesus Christ? It just feels like
I actually like Doug Peterson, but
he's a good coach.
I thought so.
He got too high on his own shit. Is really what it was.
Philadelphia, it's really what have you done for me lately in Philadelphia.
I agree.
Just as New York's the same way, but
the enemy.
But at the end of the day, you win a championship. That should give you a little more leeway.
The difference between New York and Philly is Philly has aspirations because no matter how bad they look throughout each year. Dude, what have they been? The playoffs the past 3 or 4 years? So they won a Super Bowl in the past 5?
All you need to know about Philly is that the fans were literally eating horse shit during the celebrations.
Philly,
fun Philly.
So Eric Bieniemy, I wanted to make this point really quick. Being the offensive coordinator in an offense that's led by Patrick Mahomes is like saying, hey, I borrowed a bat to go up to the plate with. Whose is it? Mariano Rivera's. It doesn't. Yeah, it's
kind of like Adam.
What does he do as the offensive coordinator?
It's kind of like Adam. It's kind of like Adam Gase being the offensive coordinator for the Broncos when Peyton Manning was running the offense.
Yeah, Peyton Manning was.
Let's be fair. Adam Gase didn't do shit.
Yeah. Here's the only. I agree with you guys entirely, 100%. But my only thing is, he was a little Manning. He was a veteran at this point. We like to say Mahomes is this all-time talent, and let's be real, he is this all-time talent, but he's not a veteran. He's been in the league 5 years. You could say he's been here for a while. He's not a seasoned guy. He's been through the big games, but when you get older, the kid's still in his 20s. When he hits 30, I feel like attitudes, mindsets can just change a lot about your play style.
I'm not advocating that Mahomes is running the offense by himself without any help. But what I'm saying is I don't believe Bieniemy is the main person behind. I think Andy Reid. I think Andy Reid is 80-20 doing most of the shit.
I agree.
So and then he's playing it off as Bieniemy deserves to get a fucking job. And honestly, dude, don't you think that if he was somebody that could interview well and people valued as a play caller, he probably would have been hired at this point?
I think he's just not that good.
He's not great. No,
but he's never been given a proper chance. He was never hired. But again, everybody's like, well, he's black and we got to hire a certain amount of black coaches. It's like, no, hire the most qualified people. They could be orange, blue, purple. Who gives a fuck? But just if the guy's not qualified or doesn't interview well, I'm sorry, but then you don't deserve to be hired.
Speaking of coaches, we here at the Mildly Offensive Show would like to extend our dearest happy birthday wishes to one Bob Saleh today.
Yeah,
Bob Saleh's birthday is today. We're big Bob Saleh guys.
Robert Saleh.
Bob Saleh.
Always clapping,
He chews his gum, he claps, and
he's like a bald Muslim Pete Carroll.
And when he and when the Jets lose, he personally climbs up and down the stairs to make sure he punishes himself. He does. And that's a great guy right there.
Yeah,
because not very many other coaches are crazy enough to do this.
Bob Saleh did not have to do that for us, but he did.
No, I think you guys got a decent coach on your shoulders.
He's a good guy there. But we just wanted to say happy birthday to Coach Saleh.
On a totally unrelated topic from the game.
This. Yeah. Someone I think it's important to look at the Chiefs-Bengals game is Jamar Chase is just a stud. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
This guy, the connection, Burrow saying no, draft this guy, and everyone was questioning him in the by week 2 or 3. I was like, yeah, no, Burrow was right.
We talked about this on the way over here.
They made look at him.
Could have taken
breaking
an
the rookie record.
But the thing about Burrow is that him and Jamar Chase were teammates at LSU.
Exactly.
So he knew exactly how fucking good Jamar Chase was.
They already had that connection.
And they had that repertoire.
And they
had that personal connection.
They worked together.
Yeah,
they loved each other's attitudes.
I really not to really go on the Jets tangent again, but Elijah Moore I really like a lot, and he has a lot of potential. I think next year could be a great year for him. But I think the thing that made the separation for Chase from Moore is in my book is just him having that immediately he gets into the NFL, he has that connection, he has that ability to be with a guy that he's played with for years.
Exactly.
So that learning curve is less. Plus they're going through it together, which is a huge factor.
100%.
But and also I do believe that Burrow is
200%.
I do believe Burrow is a better quarterback than
Oh,
Wilson
exactly,
is right now.
100%.
But Zach
Also in a better situation.
but
you
Zach
know, like-
but Zach has a lot of time to grow. So we'll
I know
see.
Zach's younger. I just not to
The
go on too
talent's
big
there.
of a
And
tangent.
Zach's also smaller.
I think Zach just needs to not be so much in the head that he's got to be the superhero.
He needs to
of the
stay
team.
within the offense.
You guys
Ma-
got to find your
make the-
running game.
make the play-
What's your guys running back again? What's his name?
Michael Carter.
Carter's good. I think
He
you
is.
get a good complimentary
Yeah.
big guy with him because he's your smaller guy.
Bruising.
If you can get like a big bruising back, like
Yeah.
a Derrick Henry type, like that type of guy,
Yeah.
or just any other, just a bigger guy.
Yeah, it's somebody that can help break
Exactly.
up the plays.
I
Yeah.
also feel like you guys need like a vet lineman
We need
or
a-
a receiver, but
we
that's
need a good tight end, to be honest with you. We haven't
Honestly?
had a tight end. in
what
forever.
happened to Herndon. Wasn't he a good tight end?
They ended up trading him, I think, right?
Really?
Chris Herndon's on.
I didn't even.
I forgot what team he went to. But anyway, so back to the
Yeah,
to the
back-
Bengals real quick. So you believe the Jamar Chase, the drafting of Jamar Chase precipitated what essentially
Oh, God, yeah.
that offense tremendously.
Look at him,
Dude, Zach Taylor
Yeah.
was going to get fired after
He
last year.
was.
Now he's in the Super Bowl. So I guess that
I
I guess preaching patience is probably something that.
And the thing is, when you got someone like Chase and that, look at all their other receivers. Higgins is a stud. He had over 1,000 yards from scrimmage this year. I mean, hell,
Higgins is really good. And what's the
Mixon the running back
what
too.
what about the guy that broke his leg? What's his name? He's a tight end, I think, right?
Yeah, I know.
Azuma.
That's exactly what it was. Azuma.
Yeah. He's a stud too. He's really fucking good.
Absolutely.
Really
They're
good.
Offensively, they're really good.
Defensively, it's a little bit of a struggle.
See, and going to exactly what we're talking about, the Chiefs game. I feel like that second half. I think that it's
the second
in part,
half, their defense was much better.
I think it was in part their defense, but I also think it was a
yeah.
lack of the Chiefs deciding to change what they were doing.
Yeah.
The Chiefs saw what the defense
All
they were
gas,
running and
no
decided
breaks,
to
baby.
keep running the same exact style
Bob
they
solid.
had done. It shows that they don't trust. It didn't feel like they trusted their running game enough to try to find it in that match,
Yeah.
and just they
Well-
felt like I think that's the Chiefs' issue. They're too high on their own shit. They're too high on Mahomes, and rightfully so. He's an all generational talent. But sometimes, I mean, you just got to know when it's your time to do it, and sometimes you got to give it off to someone else.
Listen, I think Mahomes is very good,
It was great.
right? But I also think people kiss his ass and are willing to sit here and say he's automatically being given this crazy fucking affirmation that he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I honestly think he's terrific. I also think Burrow's terrific. I think Herbert's really good. I think there's a lot
AFC's got a stack.
there's a lot of
stacked
really young quarterbacks that are great.
Lot
So
of good
I'm not going to
ones.
sit here and say
Allen.
Josh Allen is fantastic.
Phenomenal.
What he did,
phenomenal
what he
point.
did last week against the fucking Chiefs is incredible.
Like the top half of the quarterbacks in the AFC, it's unmatched. It's
Yeah,
unrivaled
it is.
right now.
The NFC,
And even Lamar Jackson, he's just a completely different type of quarterback. He's still insane. He's finding ways to win games. How hurt that team was this season for him to go 8-3 with that's you got to give the guy credit. You may not like the way he plays the game, whatever. You got to give him credit. The guy can win.
Aaron Rodgers, if he were to leave to go to Denver, I think it would be crazy. If you go to the AFC, especially the AFC West, you're fucking out of your mind.
Absolutely.
I think
that's just a gunshot.
If I were him, I would go to the fucking Niners, or I would go to the Bucs.
I don't think they'll go to the Niners because I think the Niners are kind of sold on Trey Lance. Now let's be real. I don't think
Trey Lance is. I'm not sure.
I don't think he is either. But
I don't think he should go to the
Niners
Steelers
aren't
either.
I don't think the Niners are the type of team
Probably not.
to sell their future like
Yes.
my Rams are.
Yeah,
They're the type. I mean, look what they've done. They got Bosa through the draft. They try to be efficient.
No, they do, but it would behoove them to make the move.
If they got Aaron
Like,
Rodgers,
I mean,
they'd
obviously,
probably go to the Super Bowl.
I say you make it.
Here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers
Make
has
the
proven
move.
to be a choker in the best of moments.
Yeah, but
I
I think on that team he would do better. I think
with that defense, you might be right. You might be right.
And honestly,
Corey's right.
I might be right.
I think Corey's right.
Could be right.
I could be right.
You know, and actually, I don't know if Corey's right.
You might be crazy.
Yeah, but you know the rest of the words. I'm not gonna keep going.
Holy
with that.
fucking shit!
Yeah, something
You are
about
babbling. You're a
something
babbling
about
brook right
lunatic,
now.
Yeah,
Babbling brook. So
It's
let's
the first thing I've said in 5 minutes.
Whoa, really?
It's
Talk about Jen real quick. No,
Yeah.
I'm just joking. Jen, if you're out there listening,
listen.
we love you. Long time.
Yeah, forever and ever.
Best lie ever. No, I'm just
Well, I think maybe we would hire her over Eric Bieniemy.
You think she would be willing to take the job?
Yeah.
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 I think she'd be terrible.
You're probably right.
She could bake bread, but that's about all she.
All right, we should keep going here.
Yeah.
And we digress. But it saddens me that the NFL is fucking gonna come to an end here.
So yeah, but honestly, the
Not the NFL. I mean the season.
The Bengals.
I think I'm still sleeping on my couch right now. Holy
Seriously.
shit!
Oh my god, dude, this is riveting.
This reminds me of
those
Scott.
listeners.
Don't drink while you record. Remember, Scott said
at
that
the end of it.
Shout out.
Don't
to
drink
Scotty
alcohol at the end.
D. Shout out to Scotty D.
Fucking jerk off.
Hey.
So let's get to the. Were you guys surprised by the outcome of the Bengals game? The Bengals Chiefs.
I wasn't.
Any 18-point comeback, you got to be a little bit surprised.
Yeah, but they did do it previously this season.
No,
I was surprised with the way it happened.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised that it happened, but the way it happened, I was surprised.
I felt like when they stopped them, when they went for the touchdown on the end of the second quarter, and they were able to hold them, I felt like there was a big momentum shift there, and I'm like, there's a chance that they can do, because they're only down by 2 scores here.
Yeah, it was like 11 points at that point.
11 points. Like they can easily come back here.
It was 11.
Yeah, 11 points.
So I'm excited about the Bengals getting into the Super Duper Bowl, and we're rooting 50-50 for them right now. We're not gonna give you the.
We're gonna give you this next week on the preview show, where we have a special
I
returning
think
guest.
we know where I'm.
Yeah.
Resident Rams fan
We're gonna wait.
coming on,
We're gonna wait
yeah.
until the end of the show to ask you, gun to your head. What do you think?
Sure.
We're gonna get your pick before you go.
Knife to your nuts. What's going on here?
Gun to your head,
So-
knife to your nuts.
We'll be back in a minute. We're gonna go through the. This is actually a good segment.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through that NFC stuff, the NFC Championship game a little. We'll talk about the ineptitude of some and the brilliance of others potentially, and
we're gonna talk about the grass that is greener on the other side there in Los Angeles than it was in St. Louis. You want to talk about what we're talking about?
Yeah, we'll talk about the quakes and the gas prices. We'll talk about everything.
Alcohol, my permanent accessory. Alcohol, a party time necessity. Alcohol, alternative to feeling like yourself. Oh, alcohol, I still bring to your health.
We're back.
And we're fucking babbling.
Yeah, we're a babbling brook right now.
Yeah. The Dill Pickle's here.
Dill Pickle.
Evan's here.
Yeah,
The
Evans.
C-Man with his sack.
Yeah, the C-Man. I carry the extra stuff in the sack, the fluids in the sack, folks.
Fluid sack.
If you need me to inject, if you need me to take a syringe, I'll oblige out of my sack to your.
That's what we call you in public settings, the sack man. You know, just
Yeah.
Listen, Dylan has had a lot of sack lunches in his day.
If I could tell you how many sack lunches I had, you'd be astonished.
Astonished.
you get the gabagool inside the
Mesmerized.
Gabagool.
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 So let's get into the 49ers and the Rams game from last night.
Yes.
Wow, what a game that was.
So this is the part of the show where we hand the floor over to the resident Rams fan, and I think we need to sit back and listen to how he feels, because he would be one of the first people to listen to how we feel if this was the Jets. Evan, the floor is yours. What are you thinking about your team right now?
I'm thinking, God, all right. Well, I didn't think we'd get here. Even, we made all these acquisitions throughout the year, but we just had so many points of inconsistency. It felt like we could just never get it right. And then when Robert Woods went down, it just felt like, is Ken OBJ really
Bobby Trees?
Bobby Trees, baby. And it's honestly just crazy because like it doesn't feel like when we went a few years ago against the Patriots, because I had aspirations. And when that year started, it's like, yeah, no, we're going to the Super Bowl. Our team's good. But this time, I just didn't feel it. And now we're here. I'm excited. I got the matchup I wanted to out of the both teams to prefer because, no Super Bowl experience versus Super Bowl experience I think is good. But the only issue here is the Bengals are red fucking hot. And I'm going to be honest. I'm scared. I think it's going to be a nail-biter of a game, but we're not here or there. Let's talk about Niners-Rams.
We'll talk about Niners-Rams. So first question for you is, in the first half, you guys didn't seem like you got a lot of pressure on Garoppolo, and Garoppolo made a lot of. They were able to really score and control the game for the most part. They controlled it on the defensive end. They controlled it on the offensive end,
especially with that pick in the start. Stafford's first drive.
Yeah, so like. At the end of the day, like, you can't be happy with the way you played, can you?
You can and you can't. There's levels to it. And obviously, we played sloppy game. We played a sloppy game.
I mean, honestly, you probably should have lost. I mean, I was telling you this earlier off the air.
The missed interception out of the 49ers. I mean, that's the point, though. Those are the type of plays that change games. I mean, and you got to make that catch to win that game.
That ball was right in his hands.
Once that play happened, on all levels, our team started clicking more because we realized, oh shit, we almost lost it in one little play.
Yeah.
And, honestly, you can take what happened on the field and, blame points here and there. I'm going to say the biggest problem I had with my team was the coach. What were those challenges? What were some of those challenges?
He wasted
2 challenges.
He wasted the timeouts. And honestly,
7 minutes left, he had no timeouts.
I thought that was going to come back to bite you guys in the ass.
It's happened before. And that is, I think McVay is a great play caller. I think he's a great coach. But he has one glaring weakness.
Flaw, yeah.
And his flaw is he is the worst when it comes with timeout management. He's been so used to Goff, under duress. Even at one point, I saw him, he called that one timeout. There was a second on the clock. I thought Stafford was getting ready to hike. I thought we were going to be good. They were just, a little late on it. But, they let you keep that sort of stuff. McVay's over there shooting the shit, throwing we're taking the timeout. And I think that can cost us. But, I'll tell you this. I think he's a better coach than Zach Taylor. And I think that's a good sign. That's a good sign for what's to come.
I don't know. I think Zach Taylor is still maturing as a coach. I think McVay is at his peak right now. He's in that coaching peak.
Though, that's
but I'm just saying I don't think anybody's surprised at his ability to coach. Of course. Whereas Sean Taylor was kind of like he almost got, like we said earlier, he almost got fired.
Almost got fired.
Yes. So McVay wasn't close to getting fired, obviously.
No.
I like McVay a lot.
I feel like the way our team is built, we would get rid of everyone before we get rid of McVay.
I think McVay's...
He's the culture change.
I think he's one of the best coaches in the league. He might be the best coach in the league.
Top 5 coach.
I saw this yesterday. It's a little fun fact about McVay. McVay beat out Calvin Johnson for Georgia High School Player of the Year.
I saw that. Yeah,
that is crazy.
Yeah,
he's got a crazy mind on him. I think sometimes he gets so high on his own self too because he knows how good he is. I mean, dude, when everyone's coming out saying he's the brainiac, the genius, you hear that,
But I also think what really humbled him as well is the Patriots Super Bowl was he scored fucking 3 points in that game.
3 points. That was
3 points is I got to be honest. That was one of the worst Super Bowls I've ever seen.
It was an embarrassing one.
So that's one of the reasons I didn't want the Rams back in the Super Bowl.
I feel like there was a couple missed flag PI calls for my team.
Laying an egg.
But at the end of the day, that I feel like for that game specifically, the biggest issue I think we had.
What the fuck are you doing, guy?
The biggest issue
we
had was the fact that we schemed for Gurley when we knew he was hurt. When we had C.J. Anderson, who now albeit C.J. Anderson wasn't the greatest, but I don't know if you remember, we had him for basically the last 2 games of that season, then the playoffs. He had 2 200-yard games in that 4-game period.
Wow.
So he was playing all right. He was playing all right, and I think we could have schemed for him a little better.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I don't even think we touched him to the second half. But getting back to the Niners point, I think it's one of those things. It's like you said bringing up the pressure on Garoppolo.
You guys definitely did that.
I think there was a game plan though, and I think that's what it was. We realized, Garoppolo, he's going to throw some passes throughout the game, and he's going to make them. He's any quarterback in the NFL will do that.
Yeah.
But what he can't do is that for the whole game. But what they can do, they can just run the whole game. So I think Raheem Morris, our defensive coordinator, had the idea of we're just going to take away the run from them. Yeah. We're going to just let them use Garoppolo. If Garoppolo's going to score a 50-yard TD, let him. Yeah. And let's be real. What was the best play of the game for them? When Deebo Samuel made 7 cuts for a touchdown run on a little 4-yard pass from Garoppolo. Mm-hmm. I don't think Garoppolo showed in the moment too well. I mean, look, he played well. He played well until the end of the game. The last 2 drives, the Rams completely shut down any offensive presence the Niners had. They went up with negative yards.
But I guess my point is the last 2 drives, the Rams, they came with the pressure for the most part.
They came on them.
Because that's the thing. With such little time left in the game, they've realized they lost their running game. They have to pass now. Mm-hmm. We know they're going to pass, so what can we do?
Yeah.
We can pressure them. We can come right at you. If we know there's no threat of you running the ball,
the only risk you have is if he gets the ball out and gets it into an area where your defense.
That's the only situation. And you know what? He had 2 throw attempts, and he failed both of them. He failed both of them, and that was.
Guys, I think Dylan is officially. He's checked out today.
He's gone.
He's mentally gone.
He's definitely.
So we're happy. We're happy for Stafford.
Oh yeah, that's. I also wanted to bring that one up.
Not to bring me mentally back.
Because I hated this, because I was always just watching Stafford. Throughout just his career.
Yeah.
The guy had so much talent, and it was apparent. And I hated the narrative that this guy, he can't win in the big game. He can't do that. He's 0-3 in the playoffs.
He
guess what?
Shut them the fuck up.
First year on a different team. Well, now he's 3-3 in the playoffs, guys. So
he said, "Sit down,
I don't want to
watch this."
I was happy when we got him because he's a quiet guy, and that was, I think, the biggest thing I love about him. He's a great quarterback who's quiet. Same thing, Cooper Kupp. Man, guys, the Triple Crown this year, and have you heard a peep out of him outside of an interview we had at the end of the game where he recited every single play that he was told to do throughout the game? Something about my guys, I don't know, the only people on the team that aren't the humblest people are OBJ and Ramsey. And
speaking of the bitch,
I'll take Ramsey. Ramsey's been good, and I'll be honest, I'm very surprised with the production out of OBJ this season.
What a story!
I thought OBJ was done. I didn't think he had much in him, but he's proven me wrong. Thankfully, he's been great. He's been great in the game.
I'm over here having my own conversation.
We're talking about Anne Frank, man.
Yeah, the diary of her. Anyway, so
that was my diary. That bitch stole it.
Anyway, so I agree with you. I think that your team is built with a lot of guys that are professionals that are going to be generally quiet, which is nice
too.
I'm a big fan of the fact that Travis Kelce pisses me the fuck off because
too loud.
The guy has to fucking constantly fucking dance and act like an asshole, and then and I don't like. Tyreek Hill has got to show people up, give the fucking peace sign. There's just shit that I do like the way the Rams are a lot quieter on that end, but I don't think I'll ever like Odell Beckham Jr. Right?
I mean, look. Through just his attitude, I can understand why. I've learned to obviously like him because he's playing great on my team, Yeah. It'd be weird if I didn't appreciate what he's doing.
Yeah.
I don't think we can re-sign him because this time we don't have the money to get him again, and that's fine, He did.
Well, if you guys win a
trade-off, right? It was a championship trade-off, and this is revitalizing his career. Yeah. He's going to go get a good contract with a good team. Yeah. In fact, I'd love to re-sign him. It's just I know we don't have the money, and it's unfortunately not worth it. We have though. I'll be honest. Robert Woods getting a little old. That's not something I want to say, but if we had to make a choice, Odell or Robert Woods, that's a tough because I think Odell's got a longer time being a good receiver than Robert, and that breaks my heart because Robert Woods is one of my favorite players in the NFL. He's great. Cooper Kupp. I'm wearing my Donald jersey just because I wore my cup there in the game.
There you go.
You got to wear your cup suit.
He's wearing his
kicked in the nuts.
He's wearing his Preciouses.
You get kicked in the nuts with your Cooper Cup.
I couldn't wear my girly or my golf. They're a little bit outdated.
I don't know. You could have worn golf. We would have.
Yeah, we would have understood.
We would have not thought any
That just
less
tells
of
me.
you.
That just.
I would have just told me you were ready to lose in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
If you had-
Look, I got Isaac Bruce too. I got.
That's a good
okay.
one. You got a Torrey Holt or not?
I got. No, I don't have Torrey Holt, but I have.
You need a Torrey.
You got a Marshall Falk?
Yes, I have a Marshall
There you
Falk
go.
too.
How about
I need a Warner. I need a Holt.
Kurt Warner, man? I love
need
Kurt.
Warner and Holt.
Oh
Those
my-
are the two big
I
ones.
loved
need.
Kurt, man.
Yeah.
How don't you love Kurt?
Yeah.
You know
I'm
what?
not a Kurt guy.
You're not a
You're
Kurt
not
guy.
Kurt, go fuck himself.
We're gonna be pretty Kurt with you
Just
right
kidding.
now.
I like Kurt
We're
Warner.
gonna be Kurt.
I just
but
wanted to say
not
something
be Kurt.
Not to
Fuck
be Kurt,
you.
not to be Kurt, but we're gonna say fuck you because you don't like Kurt.
No, I like Kurt. I
No,
was
like
just kidding.
I'm surprised. Like, I mean, hell, we've been 0-6 against the Niners in the last 3 years. You know.
Yeah.
You know, we just the fact that we could finally get a win in 7 meetings
Get that
in
monkey
this
off
game,
your
the most
back.
important state, and also just the weight of the world was on Stafford's shoulders at the end of the game to get it done, and he did it. And you know, we can say he had errors throughout the game, he made mistakes, but at the end of the game, the team came together and just they got it done. And
Yeah.
mistakes
And nobody's
all.
more proud of Stafford than we are. Maybe his mom. I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah, Stafford have a mom? Look that up.
Does he have a mom?
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's got a mom.
Yeah, definitely.
Everyone's got a mom.
What?
At one point.
Are you? This is breaking news.
Why don't we run this up the poll and see if there's a...
Now we've declared people.
Too bad we don't have a
moms, but
soundboard.
what
I'd hit
about
the breaking
fathers?
news
Can we
button.
get into
Yeah.
this conversation?
I'd hit the breaking news button. There it is.
Damn, come on, Chelsea.
Oh, Chelsea.
Yeah, just come on, Chelsea.
Show-
Come on, I'm trying to do a show here, girl.
to these 10
Titties?
abusers.
Breaking news.
Titties. You just said titties.
10. All right.
Breaking news.
Breaking.
Evan just said titties on our...
I don't think I did, but all
Yeah,
right,
you said titties or something like that. That's what I heard.
I said 10
Oh,
viewers.
oh.
10 titties.
10 nipples. Oh my god, that must be a
It should be 11. That sounds great, doesn't it?
I hate you.
It would be tittlish. It would titillate me.
Ah,
This show is titillating.
doesn't it?
Anyway, so
Tits. Yeah, no, just,
tits. It's what's for dinner. Let's. So
It's what's for dinner.
let's
What
get
the
to
fuck are you saying, man?
let's get to
We're
the
having tits for dinner.
man, you were talking about Anne Frank before. Tits for dinner is just par for the course.
This
so
show is
far.
brought to you by Tits for Dinner.
Tits for dinner featuring Anne Frank.
Yeah, and
she likes her tits.
labia for lunch. Anyway, so
Oh,
let's get this going. So a couple more questions about the 49ers. We'll get off this. We'll get off on this.
I'll get off all over this.
Dylan, we always know you would. So, do you think that Garoppolo stays with the Niners?
Probably not. I think they made it
He's going to the
clear-
Packers. Confirmed.
I think
Adam
it sounds
Schefter.
like they made it
He said,
clear
"Fuck
that
the
they
Packers."
don't want him,
He's
which
going.
is it's kind of insane because albeit he's not the most talented guy in the world, he
Yeah.
just wins games. And that I don't know. I think
There's
he's gonna
something to be
find a
said about
job.
winning games.
I think he's gonna find a job somewhere. I think a team like the Steelers could
Yeah.
jump for him maybe because he's cheap enough.
But you were saying earlier that because of Trey Lance, you think that
Oh yeah, I think
Trey Lance probably comes in and gets that
because
that
the
starting.
Niners just are proven an organization. They've proven like yeah, we can go 4-14, 12, whatever it needs to go, and lose the whole season for next season to go make a Super Bowl run.
Yeah.
They've proven to do it year in year out. I
Yeah.
mean, they did it last every year. It seems like they're doing it. So it's like, hey, that's just the way they operate. Get a year to train Trey Lance in the real quarterback position, not backing up. See what you got. I mean, hey, if you don't win, just take the season, get picks. I mean, I hate it. I don't want the Niners to get shit. Fuck the Niners. I'm a Rams fan.
That time,
Of course,
there, huh?
yeah.
But
We're getting close.
This is good here.
speaking of though, I think Russell Wilson's going to be leaving Seattle too.
Oh,
I don't think he's staying. I think there's a lot of teams that are going to be moving.
on a jet plane.
That would be great because I've always loved Russell Wilson, but
I'd-
hated the fact he was a Seahawk.
I'd
so.
like to see Wilson go to Cleveland. I think that'd be a good fit
I think
for
they've
him.
said they're not moving off Baker, sadly.
Wow.
That's a silly decision.
Wilson to like the Saints would be cool.
I don't. Their
Uh,
cap hits so big.
I know.
See,
And
again,
without Sean Payton,
not to
what's-
say it again, but I think a team like the Steelers, if they got a team like Russell Wilson, I think that's the type of guy they need because the Steelers like to be the cut and lace type of guy, and I think Wilson's that guy.
And the thing
they have the defense to win a Super Bowl.
I mean, we could say the Giants, but the Giants are a rebuild, so I don't
exactly.
think.
And it seems they're sold on Daniel Jones. The new regime has. Yeah, as funny as that sounds, right?
Yeah, Daniel Jones is still the quarterback.
They're sold on Daniel Jones. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Danny
that
Dimes,
means they made the right
he's,
hire. Brian Dable.
Look,
Danny Dimes is like a what did we say? It was a nickel.
Yeah.
I'd say he's a penny.
Simone's Jones.
Simone's Jones.
Not to go off on a tangent, but something I just and we already are, so screw it. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, right.
I think one of the dumbest decisions the Giants ever did was take Saquon Barkley, and I know he's such a talented running back.
They took him at like number 2.
They took him at number 2 when they had glaring O-line problems.
Yeah, they could have taken Sam Darnold
and now
look
what's happened with him in his career.
Why would they have done that?
I don't think Saquon's had a full season where he's healthy. He's always beating the fuck up. And the Giants are the most pitiful organization. Your team, the Jets, I think looks like a more competent organization going into the offseason than the Giants. And that's a shocking thing.
It's a huge shocking thing, yeah.
That is a shocking thing. The Giants used to be this team that, at least we're not the Jets. We are a good team making the playoffs.
Yeah.
And now you suck.
Now they're like, we won 2 Super Bowls. They still
say Tom Brady.
So, but to put a bow on the on the Niners,
not the tangent.
On the Niners and the
Rams.
on the Niners and the Rams,
and the Bams,
the Bams. It was a great game. It was an entertaining game.
It was
the
defensive game,
and the Rams obviously they earned the right to be in this game, and they're in their home stadium. We'll see what happens.
That's going to be a big one. That's
going to be a big one. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna. I think the home stadium. I think is going to be one of the bigger factors.
It's going to help. It's going to help.
You don't have to travel anyway.
Make them more comfortable.
Exactly.
You don't have to go anywhere.
They're relaxed. I think the home game.
You can practice in your home facility,
And look, obviously, I think I'm rooting for my team. I think my team will win. Obviously, it's just being a fan. But I think the fact that 2 home games in the Super Bowl 2 years in a row, Bucks then the Rams. That's insane. Never happened before this.
I just want to say though, congrats to the Niners. You had a great season, and I wholeheartedly agree. Fuck the Packers.
Yeah, they're the biggest frauds I've been saying it for years. They're the worst good team I've seen in a long time. Yeah. The regular season, they'll pump out 13 wins and make you think they're a good fucking
14,
team.
14, 13,
Every year. And then they're going to go to the playoffs, and then, divisional round, championship game, they're going to choke the fattest dick you've ever seen in your life. And
dude, I love Devontae Adams, though.
Devontae Adams is the best receiver in the NFL, coming from the Rams fan that has Super Cup.
Jets should try to get him, seriously.
That would be a good move, but I don't know.
I think he's only going to go where a place where Rodgers is.
Probably, but...
That's why
one can dream.
True. I think you guys need to go for a stud receiver or someone like that, though. Just a true number 1. Because Corey Davis ain't it.
No.
I mean...
And Elijah Moore could be it in a year or two.
He could be, but he's got to have that vet there. That's what I think your team's lacking in general. Just a vet that can help you through the situations. That's what happened with the Rams with Whitworth. We got Whitworth and
J.G. Wentworth.
Yeah, J.G. Wentworth, 877
cash now.
Definitely cash now.
Yeah, cash now, catch cow.
It's my money and I need it now.
Call now, baby.
This segment's not been brought to you by that. We don't have.
No, it was.
No, there she is again.
No, it wasn't because and Frank is obviously staring at us. Right?
And Frank, my best friend and Frank, brought to you by this podcast.
It's coming Tuesday.
Yeah.
Mildly offensive.
Coming at you, coming on you.
Definitely.
Next week is that the guest? And Frank, you're having her on.
Yeah, we're going.
We're going
behind the bookcase.
Listen, I wasn't sure.
The attic.
We were between.
We're going up into the attic for next week's episode.
we were between Helen Keller and Frank. We weren't sure. Helen's
a good guest.
Helen Keller would be an amazing guest. We'd have our listeners.
She doesn't talk too much.
No, you guys.
She's a little quiet, but we'll get
You'll fill the air.
We'll get her to speak.
She's you know what though? I'll tell you what. For being deaf and blind, she sure couldn't play a mean pinball.
So what's?
Did you know she had a dollhouse in her backyard?
Really?
No, she didn't. She didn't. There was one there.
I like it.
This guy's a little.
But we're going up into the attic next week behind the bookcase.
Bookcase, attic, backyard. We're doing it all.
Yeah, we're gonna talk.
Well, I won't be, but these gents.
Listen, the soldiers, they come in. They don't even know we're there. It's perfect.
Yeah,
we're quiet.
Beautiful.
So real quick, actually, let's talk about a couple of the hires before we end this this show, this awesome episode. The Giants hire.
Giants hire.
Brian Dable.
It's whatever. I'm iffy on it.
I like that they went to the Bills. You know, they took guys from the Bills. I think.
See,
the Bills.
Something I didn't. I don't know if I'm hearing this right, but I think it was Stephon Diggs when the Giants signed him. He tweeted out something like, "Hey, good luck."
Really?
Something like I heard something like that. So it's making me think that maybe there's something going on. That maybe he wasn't all that. And it wouldn't be surprising to me that the Giants missed again, because it feels like in the past 5 years that's all they do is miss.
Yeah.
So
let's get to a couple other ones then.
Raiders got Josh.
Raiders
McDaniels.
got Josh McDaniels.
I think there's a chance that it's okay. It depends, because he seems like a very running forward offensive guy.
Yeah.
And the Raiders do have some decent running backs. I don't think he's ever going to be a winning team in that division when you have Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, if he could find himself making the playoff,
Derek Carr is very good though.
No, Derek Carr's an underrated guy. You know, I was low on him for a while, but he's proven that he's a real good guy. And
we're not Shahola guys.
We're not Shahola guys, but we're Derek Carr guys.
Couldn't be Shahola.
Yeah.
Well, you'd think if Derek Carr was from Shahola,
the
we
Bears
would tell
signed
him to go
someone
fuck himself.
too, but I'm pretty sure it was a weird hire.
Yeah, it was the defensive coordinator of the Colts.
Yeah, that's a strange one. I don't think that the Colts defense was all that.
Wasn't that good?
Like, isn't that the reason why they lost?
Not only do the Bears not have a good offense, but their defense wasn't the greatest, and they're going to hire a guy that's a so-so.
And they have good defensive players, the Bears, too.
Wouldn't you go offensive-minded coach for Justin Fields?
Honestly,
the Bears
I feel
are so
like they're
fucking.
Going to butcher this poor
the Bears are
Justin
retarded.
Fields.
They really
they're
are.
not a smart.
I mean, ridiculous. I can't say that word.
Who else?
Should kind of bleep that out.
Houston's interviewing a bunch of people.
I've heard my money.
I've heard Houston's talked about. We heard Brian Flores. There was the Raiders interim coach, and then you were talking.
Josh McCown is in the running.
Josh McFucking
Jets
Cow.
legend.
Jets legend Josh McCown.
You know, he won the game when we went to that Chiefs game. Yeah. The Chiefs. He won that game. For
he went hunting with Darnold a few times to show.
Yeah, well, no, that's what I was thinking the other day about how funny it would be if McCown did take over the Texans and then the Texans make a play for Sam Darnold.
That'd be
because
great.
of him and Josh McCown being friends.
I think Darnold
that would be so funny, though.
Darnold is not good.
Darnold is a bad quarterback.
And I'm glad that he showed us.
Unless the running game is giving him about 150 a game, he is a bad quarterback.
I'm glad that he showed us he was this bad.
He has about 4 to 5 games a season where he is a competent quarterback.
And it's like I fucking hard-earned money on your jersey, you little prick.
I feel like it's about 5 games a season where he plays competent.
Yeah.
And then it's like everyone's always taken aback, like, oh my god, why is he playing well?
Yeah.
And then, the next few games happen, it's like, oh well, no, he's not anymore.
Go kiss more fucking people on the mouth and get mono, you fucking prick.
He's
Jesus Christ, tell us how you really feel.
You're the Jets fans over here, so
Yeah, you're not getting a warm welcome coming back here, pal. We already told you. We don't like your kind around here, Sam.
I won't be here next week. I gotta say, who do you guys like in the Super Bowl? Any? Just quick,
a good
touch on it quick, real quick.
Good magician never reveals his tricks.
I like the Bengals.
I'm rooting for the Yankees.
I think the Bengals, even though their offensive line is going to struggle against your pass rush, Burrow has proven he gets knocked down, he gets up again, like that song.
It is very hard to pick against the Bengals right now, but you know what? I will be rooting for the Rams. I'll be rooting for Stafford. I'm not going to make my pick right now because we still got
I like the Bengals. He likes the Rams.
That's obviously.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Bengals win. I really,
that's the thing. If this was any other circumstance, I'd be rooting for the Bengals right now. Yeah. But I mean, hey, it's my team. I'm rooting for my team.
Definitely.
I think I think my team can win it. I think we match up pretty decent in terms of like your big thing with Tappan. The Titans sacked them 9 times. Granted, they won the game, but I don't think their defense is going to be able to hold my team forever. I think Stafford's just going to, they're going to blitz him.
Mm-hmm.
He'll roll out, deep ball the cup in a miraculous play, and then all of a sudden the defense is going to be on its back heels. I'm not saying that, obviously I think the defense is going to come up and make a lot of good plays, but I think the biggest line is what you said, that offensive line. Donald's going to have a great day. Miller's going to have a great day. Floyd's going to have a great day. And Ramsey playing on Chase, I can only hope that that's the matchup I need. That I hope Ramsey can hold him. Now I'm going to be honest with you. I'll be real. I think Chase is going to have a good game. And if that's even with Ramsey on it, I think Chase is just special. I think Burrow is special. I'm respecting his opponents here. I'm not saying we're going to win him out. I think being at home, I think, is going to be a big factor. Being able to sleep in your own bed, rolling out and going to play the Super Bowl is going to be a big deal. So I think it's going to be a close game.
You think it's going to be a shootout, or
potentially? I think it's going to be a defensive
game.
I feel like a lot of people aren't going to they think
they're going to underestimate the defense.
Because every year, whenever it's the big offensive teams go to the Super Bowl, it's the defense that's what really wins the game. Look at the Niners game. Look at that one. That's how it is.
It's got shootout potential, though.
It does. I think second half we'll see the shootout. First half is going to be real defensive, real slow, grindy game. I think fourth quarter we're going to see some sparks fly. I think ultimately Rams win by a score. I think maybe 5 to, between 4 and 7 points. I think around there. Actually maybe not 4 because they said the spread is about 4 points. I honestly, if in terms of the spread, I'd even go Bengals. They're a great fucking team.
Now let me ask you this. It has nothing to do with the Rams really at all, but it has something to do with the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Over the years, the commercials have gotten progressively more terrible.
What
do you think the over/under is on funny commercials? I'm putting it at 3. I think maybe there's going to be 3 funny commercials. What do you think?
I'm actually going on the under if that's the par.
Do you think
there's
that's the
gonna be a
over/under?
solid
3
2 good commercials.
I'm going to say it's 1.
Yeah.
I think
If there's one where I chuckle, I'll be happy.
I think there's going to be one universally good commercial, and then one that I'm going to find randomly funny for no reason.
And then the deep ass Budweiser one where they're talking some spiritual stuff behind a Clydesdale's asshole.
I hate the ones that are all serious. Those are it's just like, come on, guys. I'm having a heart attack enough watching the game. I don't need you to be serious.
Yeah, definitely. So it's gonna be an awesome lead up to it, and we're happy Evan was able to join us. Thank you, Evan, for coming on.
Thanks for coming, Evan.
Guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
and
this has been real fun.
Yeah,
maybe we'll talk. Maybe we'll have you back. We'll have you back on when basketball season gets towards the end, and it's more exciting, and we can talk basketball playoffs.
Hey, if you ever want to talk March
baseball,
Madness, I am a big March Madness guy.
I'm not much of a college
basketball
guy.
But Evan does his brackets every year.
There we go. So we'll see what happens with that.
I've done pretty well on those in the past.
As we've
last year, didn't you get
second place?
Right?
Yeah.
As we normally,
I won the first year we did it at Quick Check.
I'm pretty sure you did.
As we normally detail, fuck you, thank you,
and goodbye.
Thank you guys. Have a great one. Thanks for listening, all 5 of you. You're special. Each one of you.
Get your friends, your mothers, your aunts, your uncles.
Evan is a man of the 5 listeners.
I'm a man of the listeners.
Even your fellow pedophiles, and please tell them about our podcast. We need listeners.
And go Rams, baby.
And
that's what we need. Rams fans, welcome.
The next time we see you guys, as always, we will come at you and we will come on you. Have a great rest of your week.
And don't be a freak.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world. Closing time. Turn all of the lights on over every boy and every girl. Closing time. One last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay